I am live on Instagram. I am live on Facebook. If you are listening to the replay, I want to know your questions. I want to know what you want to know. Today, we're talking about social media, the system you must have for digital marketing. And we're just talking about social media. We could talk about email. We could talk about all of that another day. But today, it is really focused on social media. So as you can see, I just made my coffee. Got my coffee. Double fisted today. That's because that one stays warm. And here's the mug that says, I made it. I made it. This is what happens when you go to a women's council event and they have a DJ. You come in hot. So thank you again for joining me. If you are on Facebook, let me know where you're joining from. If you're on Instagram, tell me where you're from. I already saw Sarasota. I'm in Illinois, the western suburbs, like way out. Let's say St. Charles, because no one knows where my city is. They're like, where are you, Carrie? So that's where I'm at. Let me know where you're chiming in from. Take a moment, click the little paper airplane in the bottom right-hand corner if you're on Instagram, and invite a friend. Or if you are joining on Facebook, yes, feel free. Invite a friend on Facebook. Tag someone in the chat. Good morning, Anita, on Facebook. Tag a few people, right? Why not? Why not? Let's invite a few people so they can see us here on Facebook. All right. You know, Anita knows where I am because West Chicago, people are like, yeah, West Side. No. So no. So again, grab your journal around page 140. And I'm telling you right out the gate that I told some of you I have a Reels course. I do have a full Reels course. If you're already in the agent journey, you have access to all the videos. But if you're not, the Socially Savvy Agent also on Amazon, but I made a digital download for those of you that want to access it right now. Plus I have a how-to video. And then if you want to upgrade to do Reels, there you go. But this right here talks to you about how to go live and how to create your content. And there's actually a few new pages that might get added to the Amazon book. So don't go buy the Amazon book yet, because I think I need to make some updates. So here we go. Thanks for joining me. Let's make this a little bit bigger because, as you know, I take my glasses off because, you know, the filters make it look weird. So I took my glasses off, so I got to zoom in to see my notes. So this was me this morning coming in hot because usually I type out what I'm going to talk about the night before, or I write it in my new agent journal. And you don't have to be a new agent to buy the journal. You could just buy it because, hey, Carrie, I like you. So here we go. Grab your coffee, grab a piece of paper, take some notes. You need this. I almost wish I was teaching it on Zoom so you could see. So you could actually see me share. But that Reels course I created, man, Elizabeth made me look awesome. So here we go. Good morning, buenos dias. Hey, Leslie, I made it. I came in hot. Yeah, I didn't go to bed till 1 a.m. I had to make my brain wind down. So I'll just give that shout out to Women's Council South Suburban, 170 people in attendance, their first event installation, top producer panel. Go follow that network because they're going to do some cool things in the South Suburban area of Illinois. All right, so social media, the system you must have, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not. Back in 2000, let's go with 2009, there was something called Ning, N-I-N-G, and my high school. We all of my friends from Proviso East, we all jumped onto Ning because that was our way to connect. So when I had my first reunion, so graduated in 1989, once a pirate, always a pirate. When I graduated, the 10-year was in 99. We didn't have Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Dig Delicious, Instagram, none of that. We were still going outside to meet people. Yes, cell phones, man, if you had a cell phone, you were a baller, right? So we didn't get social media for us until like 2009 because we weren't in college. Most of us were already out. Although I was done. Because I was late to the game to that too, but still 10 years later, 99, that's when I graduated. So our 10-year high school anniversary, we didn't have social media. So in 2009, we all jumped on Ning, and that was the social media we used. I didn't want to do it, but I thought, okay, we're going to do this. So also in 2009, we had Facebook, and I was at the Baird Warner office in Wheaton, And in that office, the admin, 20 years old, not even 21, she was like, Carrie, you need Facebook. I'm like, I don't need Facebook. I'm already on MySpace and I don't want to be there because I have a team that's on MySpace and I just need to know what he's doing so he doesn't harm himself in that world, right? We wanted to make sure that our kids were safe. So that's why I was on MySpace. I can still log into that account because I use MySpace when I would go on mission trips to Cabo San Lucas. Yeah. So I still got that account. You can probably find me. My name might not be Carrie Little, or did I update that? But anyway, so I get on Facebook because the office staff was like, Carrie, you need this because you can add your listings. And I was like, really? I could add my listings. We didn't have business pages. We didn't have groups. We didn't have a store. We were just there. I was just there because she told me to. There is something about being first. Although the college students were the first, there is something about being first on something new. This is why when someone says you don't need it, you need to go test some of this new stuff out. Some of you need to just go test, play, try, because one day you're going to say, ooh, I wish I had done social media. I hated it. I didn't like those folks in high school anyway. So why would I go there? I loved high school. So I digress. So as an entrepreneur, so I've been playing in this game for a minute, and I used to edit television for a living, so it kind of helped. So as an entrepreneur or business owner, we all need systems. We do. We need systems. We need social media systems. We need digital marketing systems. We need a system to create the system. When I worked for NEC Technologies, we had something called a form to order the forms. Right. So whether you stick to the system or not, full disclosure, I'm that person. If I get off track, I'll be back. I get it. Some of us, the entrepreneurs, we can just move. And we're out there working with buyers and sellers and we forgot about social media. It's okay. Just come back. I'm giving you permission to fix it. So then, so again, it's okay to adjust, change the system, or, and the truth is you just need a system, especially a social media system. It's okay to get off track, because I do. But if you want to be successful, you must have a social media marketing system. And the system might be as simple as you're going to post on social media every day. The system could just be that you're going to post a reel on Instagram or a TikTok video, or you're going to post on Facebook. It could be that simple. Don't overthink this. I'm going to give you a lot to overthink, but don't overthink it. After I said don't overthink it, I'm going to make you overthink it. So really a full digital marketing system is what's needed, but most of us just need to start. You need to start somewhere. So here's some first things first. Number one, I need all of you, and you can tell me, well, I'll get to that in a second. Which social media network are you using or willing to use? Tell me in the chat. If you're on Facebook, tell me in the chat. Well, clearly, if you're on Facebook, it's Facebook. If you're on Instagram, you probably are here either because I emailed you this morning, or you saw a post, or you hit the bell in my bio, or you're like lightweight stalking me. Okay, so tell me in the chat, which social media are you using or which social media are you willing to use? Number two, I see it, Instagram. Which social media site is your network on? Because my network is on Facebook. You know, of those of us that are over a century, ooh, that sounds rough, man. I'm on Facebook because that's where my network is. We didn't have Instagram. We didn't have TikTok. We didn't have Google Plus, which is now gone. And then Twitter came. So I was on Twitter because I was like, oh, I just need to check this out. But really, Facebook is where my network is. That's where I'm going to get an inbox to generate a lead. It is what it is. I'm more likely to hire a real estate agent from Instagram because I go live every Friday. So I see it, Facebook. I want, you know, both Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and maybe TikTok. And I'm on Snapchat because of the 23-year-old. I've hired agents from Snapchat, believe it or not. And that is probably more likely where I'll answer you if you are not one of the agents in my office. So I will, and that's where I will answer you if you're not an agent in my office, because most of you are not on Snapchat. So I see LinkedIn. Hey, Sarah. So LinkedIn, LinkedIn for me, I stream there, I post there, I'm automated there, and my bio is very built out. So I could get hired from LinkedIn as an instructor, and I can get hired to talk data because of LinkedIn. All right, so when I say your network, if you think you're going to hit jackpot on Instagram and you only have 300 followers, you've got some work to do. I want to say, yeah, you got some work to do. And some of you post great content, but you're getting no engagement and no new followers. So we need to revisit what that is, because some of you are posting just to post with no meaning behind it. Now, there's something to be said to go look at the trend in Reels and test it, because you will get some more engagement. But I will tell you, if you only have so many followers, we need to get the followers up. So that means we need to adjust to fix you today. So if you don't like social media, I simply need to pray for you. But can you do the business without social media? Yes. Some of, going outside networking, I like what Sarah Ware said to me once. Agents need to do real estate as if social media didn't exist. Because when it crashed, all of you were freaking out. And if you didn't have an email database, you were in trouble. So do I think you can do real estate without social media? I know you can, but there will be a shift. If you go look at data, anyone under the age of 33 has always known the internet. Anyone over my age, we know how to go outside and network. We know how to go outside and talk. We know how to get on the metro train. You sit next to me, it's over. I'm turning the phone over. We're talking. If you sit next to me, I'm wearing you out. Mark isn't next to me to grab my hand and say, stop talking. Okay. So you need social media, because where do you want to be in 5 to 10 years? If you're like, Carrie, I'm out, I'm retiring. Okay, fine. Keep doing what you're doing. But if you keep doing what you're doing, eventually you're going to get something new. I can't even say you're going to keep getting what you're getting. You're going to get something new. So if you're not using social media, there will be a shift, because some of us are going to hire you from what's online. And maybe I just need to talk about YouTube next week. Sharon, I'm praying for you. You're still not on board. If I can get you to post once a week, we're winning. We're winning. So I'll give you some strategy. So yeah, this is so when I said which social media site is your network on, that's the site you need to focus on for number one. Number two, the one you're willing to use is where you need to go next. That's where you need to go next. And depending on who you are and what you're trying to do, if I was trying to get into development, I might go look on LinkedIn and find all of the developers. I might go look at all of the CEOs in the neighborhood or in the community I want to be in. I want to connect with the business people. So I might do things a little bit differently. Number three, yes, you need a professional photo. And let me just go with, I wasn't on board with this, Sharon, so I get it. I was not on board with the professional photo shoot. It first of all, it's a lot of work. You should see Nicey when she's like, Carrie, do this, loosen up. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, we're turning on music because you need to relax. It is not easy for me to take photos. It is not. Yeah, get in poses that feel weird, and I'm just not that girly girl. I'm just not. I'm not the girly girl, I think I can still climb a tree. That's not true, but I'm not afraid to swim in the ocean. I'm not afraid to swim in a lake. I'm not afraid to swamp a canoe. I'm not afraid of a leech. I will bait a hook on for fishing. Yeah. Break the worm with my fingernail. That's right. So photos, I get it, but you do need a professional photo shoot. Don't have the money. I need you to stay at Starbucks, go sell something. You do need a professional photo shoot. Still can't afford it. Go find the teenager. Go look on Instagram and look at all your kids' friends, those that have the cute photos. That's who you need to come take your photos. And then go to Pinterest and put together the outfits that you want and then where you want to take the photos. You can do this. So you understand the photo shoot. I will tell you, it really did change some things for me. And then you always have a photo available if someone wants to interview you or they write a blog post about you. So yes, yeah, Nicey really does a good job. So number 4, create a Google form with a free giveaway with something, it could just be a Google form, but you need to give something away. And yes, I already have one in Linktree today, the download for this workbook, the Socially Savvy Agent, it's on Amazon, but I give you some content and some videos, and I give you a couple extra pages here and I gave you some more tips. So I'm telling you, you might want to take advantage of that. All right, so let's get into the steps for the social media system you need. So I needed to give you some context because some of you're like, I want to blow up on Instagram like these, like agents that look awesome. because we can make you look like we are awesome. And then all of you go to HomeSnap to see if I sell real estate. And I'm just like, no, my agents, I need my agents to sell real estate. Although I keep threatening I'm coming back to play in the sandbox. So here we go. Take notes. Open up a notebook, open up to around page 140 in the agent journey book. I'm sorry, in the journal. I'm on the membership. Number one, I should have grabbed some Post-it notes to do this. Number one, I need you to do a brain dump. I don't care if you go to Office Depot, the Walmart, Staples, Amazon, Uline, wherever. I need you to get some Post-it notes. They can be the little ones. They could be the medium size. They could be the big ones. They could be the giant pad that you tape on the wall. I need you to do a brain dump. I need you to write down everything you want to talk about or what's in your head about real estate. Or if you're a new real estate agent and you're like, Carrie, I don't know what to talk about, I want you to just write down what you don't know or what you want to learn, because then you're going to go learn it and then give us some tips. That's what you're going to do. And for those of you that already bought both of the workbooks, great. But the download has the video and the download has a few extra sheets so you could actually print them out and use them. So that's if you haven't got the books. So either one works. So I need you to do a brain dump. And then, so write everything down that you could do it on a sheet of paper, like write everything down that you think you want to know. Staging, is it commercial real estate? Is it residential real estate? Is it flipping? Is it investing? Is it building wealth? What do you want to know? Write everything down. Is it how to create a garden? The value of your home when you clean it, like the simple things in life. So number one, do a brain dump, write down everything you want to talk about. And so in the chat, for those of you that are on Facebook or for those of you that are on Instagram, tell me, if I were to say brain dump, tell me something that you could go create a reel on, you could go live with on Instagram or Facebook, or you could create a slideshow on Instagram, or you could post on Facebook. Tell me. So tell me what you could be using. What would you talk about? I mean, so tell me, what would you want to talk about? And I'll give you some of my tips. Because remember, it's not just about what you want to teach. It's really about what people want to know. So when I say brain dump, I want you to think. Here, so you first of all, think about it. What do you want to share and what does your network want to learn? What do you want to share and what does your network want to learn? And some of you need to get to know your audience better. Some of you are posting the 10 steps of home ownership, and you're in a market where they already know how to buy a home. Some of you are in a market where you need to go even further back, not just the 10 steps of home ownership, although I made up that number. It could be that you need to go back to how to not cash your check at the currency exchange. I'm keeping it real. Why you need a bank account. Some of you need to talk about wealth building. And when we say wealth building, first thing we think of is I'm going to be rich, right? But wealth building could be that maybe your grandparents, your parents, and you have never owned. Like generational wealth doesn't happen because no one has ever owned anything, no stocks, no real estate. You've always rented and you've invested in someone else's future. Like that right there is a whole 10-minute talk or more. Expected out-of-pocket costs for buying a home. Like that's a conversation. You could actually interview someone. Let's see. Writing a winning offer. How to accessorize your home, right? Like people, like for me, I can come help you stage your property to get it on the market. But you come here and I feel stuck in my own house. But I can tell you what to get rid of. I can tell you what to clean up. I can tell you, I can tell you everything that's the trend. But when it comes to my own house, I need somebody else to do it. Think about, what does the consumer really want? Know your network. What does it cost to sell a home? Ways for sellers to get for show their home. Like, ways to get, I'm not quite sure, but let's just go with ways to get more showings on the home, how about how to list your home and not make any updates. And then in my market, you could talk about the private status. How about you talk about, because I got stuff written down here. Wealth is a big topic. How about, because the next generation, we got some kids, they're going to be rich. They're not going to work like we worked, but maybe it's, so you don't want to You want to quit your job? Let me give you the 5-year strategy on how to build wealth. Now, you still might need to talk to a financial advisor to come up with better strategy, but it could be as simple as you're going to buy a multi-unit every 3 years. Every 3 years, you're going to move, or you are going to buy one multi-unit, stay there for 3 years, and then you're going to work a part-time job at Kohl's, and everything you make, don't shop at Kohl's, or go work somewhere where you won't shop and you're going to save your money. Like, sometimes they need to know that. Now, we think people want to know the value of their home. We think people want to know the steps of home ownership. If you think about it, there it is. Raven says it. How to house hack legally. How to house hack. Legal ways to get into a house with little to no money down. There's always a way. See, Sharon, I feel you. Let's see. How about, where's my, see, I need to put my glasses on. How about being able to travel? Don't overspend. That dream house can wait. How to own so you can still travel. Lifestyle is really big. How to live, work, play, walk to the grocery store, walk to the metro, walk to the train, the metro, wherever you live, DC. Like, how can I help you? How can I teach you something? How about some of the coolest, I don't want to say the best. How about some of the coolest neighborhoods to live in? Because here's what they have. Because in the city I live in, we have a train. In the city I live in, we've got a bucket. What do I mean? We've got a swimming pool that when the bell rings, the kids go running, 0 depth pool. It's just like going to the Wisconsin Dells to the Great Wolf. We got a bucket. We got some water slides. We got a better swimming pool than some of the neighboring cities. And our school scores aren't awesome. But we have dual language. Like, what can you come and talk about that would make someone stop and listen? Or how can you entertain? All right. And being debt-free is a big topic. On the panel we heard yesterday, can't think of her name. It's going to bug me. Or maybe I have it in my text messages. Let me go look, because I think I got a text here. Let's see. I think so. I think so. Yep, here it is. So Rashida from HomeSmart, real estate agent, talks about building wealth. She came here from another country, and she had friends that would say, I want to say, I'm going to go with friends. Could have been someone else. And she said, what do you mean you have student loans? Your father didn't pay for you to go to college? Like, she made me stop and lean in. Sometimes people need to hear you talk about investing differently. And she's an agent that typically just works with investors. Investors to me are painful, because I get the investors in my DM that say, Carrie, I got $25,000, find me something. So you could talk about how to invest. Buy one property a year. Are you 23? Buy one property a year for 10 years, start building your portfolio, and maybe your kids won't want it, but you could sell it. Maybe it's when your kids are little, buy a house for the kids, rent it out for 20 years, and then give your kids the option to sell it. There was a real estate agent I wanted to work for, and she was like, nope, Carrie, you need to go work for a big box brokerage. I can't train you. She's now an attorney. And Vivian told me, she said, Carrie, I bought houses for my kids. So what can you come to social media and talk about that's going to make me pause? Because some of you make me swipe. Sometimes I make me swipe. So number one, do the brain dump. Number two, so once you've done the brain dump and you have all these ideas, now you got to kind of put it in some kind of context. So break them down into categories. So it could be wealth building and real estate, the value of home ownership, lifestyle, debt-free. So I took my fake brain dump and put them into categories. You could say wealth building. And then you could talk about how many ways you can build wealth. And you might even say, so you don't, maybe it's Airbnb. Maybe you need to become an expert. Maybe you need to go buy a property so you can do Airbnb so you can explain it. It's easy. Or maybe you're just going to interview someone that's an expert on Airbnb. So that's number two. Uh-oh. See if I can get my connections back. Uh-oh. Here we're going again. So we need this to work. So number one, brain dump. Number two, now that you have ideas, categorize them. Number three, create a social media calendar. Some of you need me to create a real piece of paper so you can plan this out. Some of you have already, now if If you're in the agent journey, I'll post it again, or I'll send an e-blast. If you're not in my e-blast, you need to go to my link in my bio so you can get on my email list. But you do need to make sure that you open my emails, because then you get blocked if you don't. So you need I'll send you a social media calendar that's in Google. So you need to create a social media calendar. And now there are apps you can use. There are apps, you can go search them. I'm going to tell you that I use a Google form, a Google Sheet for a calendar. And then I like Trello, Trello. It's laid out. So Trello is, to me, it's like a to-do list on steroids. So I can have a list of what I'm going to post, when I'm going to post it, or I can talk about all of the topics. I do that pretty much when I write a course. So Trello, Trello, you can use it for free. And this is so I can see what I'm posting or I'm writing content. Now, I will tell you, I use Evernote when I need to think. So sometimes if I'm in the passenger seat of the car and, Mark's on the phone, I'll open Evernote so I can brain dump. Evernote is my friend. This has become a blog post. See, someone already said they use Trello. Your North Shore Living is using Evernote. So let's see. Now you can use auto schedulers when you decide to post on social media, but I'll tell you, Instagram, Facebook, they don't necessarily like the algorithms, but you got to do what you got to do. So number 4, when we talk about a digital marketing plan or a social media plan, pick one day. And some of you aren't going to like me, but here we go. Pick one day to go live. Some of you just need to practice. So yesterday I got to watch the leaders for Women's Council, and I got to see that we really did a good job when we interviewed of who needed to be in which position. But here's what I know. When you start to create video content and you talk, you get more comfortable being in front of an audience. Now, so there's what, 53 or 63 or 65 of you here today. I'm good with talking to an audience, but some of you know my story. You could not have paid me to stand up in front of a group in grade school, middle school, or high school. Even when I had to do a speech in high school or in college, I was terrified. In my first webinar in 2008, I almost fainted. Nobody could see me. I was going down. I was sweating. I was like, why am I terrified? Nobody could see me. But here's what I know. When you get consistent with going live, Leslie, you did a great job talking. So I need you to do this. I need you to do this. The key is if you write down what you're going to talk about, and I can give this, I didn't write this out, but the storytelling, you need to just bullet point what you're going to talk about and then come back and tell me a story. I need the hook. So number 4, pick one day to go live on social media weekly. I go live every Friday at 9 a.m. I think next month I got to teach a class. So I might just have to go live on Thursday morning. Now that could work. You got to be consistent. You can do this. Number 5, create short video. Reels every day. This is not easy. Even it's not easy for me. This morning I recorded Mark. I was in my robe. I'm like, Mark, because he got a new, my gear shift for my 6-speed came in. And I'm like, okay, Mark, I need to do a reel. I'm going to talk you through what you're going to talk about, but I want you to talk about your addiction and how you buy luxury cars. You never buy new. Now he wants to buy new, but he said he couldn't afford it. So he said he buys luxury, but you have to be willing to go do the research to make the car look like new again. So if I can get a moment, I'm going to always do a reel every single day. Reel and a TikTok. I'm getting there. I got to get my TikTok game up because I am going to tell you TikTok is blowing up faster than Instagram for me. And yes, this is my giant iPad. And here is the keyboard. Kind of nice. Okay, so create short video. And I'll tell you, Reels is really big right now on Instagram. Everyone can see Reels. So we can get addicted to Reels. We can watch Reels. Even if you're not following that person, they will show up in your feed because Instagram is pushing Reels, even if they're not connected to you. So you can do this. I want to go live about all the mistakes I made when I bought my first house. Yeah, just to go for here. We're going to give Raven the digital strategy right now. Here we go. You want to go live about all the mistakes you made when buying a house. I want you to bullet point it. You don't have to write a story yet. I want you to bullet point every mistake you made. Write it down. Number one, you didn't turn in your stuff in on time to the loan officer. Number two, you were in a hurry. You didn't listen to the real estate agent, or maybe you were the real estate agent. Number three, if you are the real estate agent, get a real estate agent to help you. So, because we're emotionally attached. Number four, talk about looking at the home. Talk about being in a hurry. Talk about, for me, it was, I wanted a house so badly that I didn't care where I lived. I didn't care. I just wanted the house. But I'm glad I bought where I bought, because my kids can read, write, speak, think, and dream in Spanish. Talk about what this is what I did. Here's a tip. When you want to move into a community, don't just look at the school scores. Go talk to the principal. Go talk to the teachers. Go to the open house, because the open house happens, pretty early. Go to the PTO meetings. Go, don't just look up the school scores. Ask them to get a breakdown of the scores, or, give us the different programs, because in my school district, we have magnet programs. We have a Suzuki program for 3-year-olds. They can learn how to play the violin. Again, we have dual language. ¿Se habla español? Mis hijos hablan español muy perfecto. Me, I'm working on it. But here's the point. Sometimes we think we need to go, or how about this, Raven? You wish you had done the research on the basketball, the baseball, the football. Maybe you should have done the research on, is it a unified school district, or does your city have their own school? We have our own school. Who gets the money? Who gets the grant money? Like, these are things we don't know when we go to buy a house. So I gave you some things to bring down. Yeah. All right. So I said number 5, create short video, Instagram, blown up with the reels. Number 6, create slideshows for your listings. Create slideshows on tips. Jackie has been doing a great job with the slideshows. Oh, and the content is really clean. My husband just walked by my window. Number 7, short videos of reels, 5 seconds or less, get more views. You might want to go look at the trends. How can you use a trend to tie it into real estate? Or how can you use the trend to tell a story about who you are? It's not always about, when I talk about lifestyle and the brain dump, sometimes it's not always about real estate. Sometimes it's about your journey in real estate. Like, my first home was a townhouse. I didn't have to shovel snow unless it was under 2 inches. So, I had to shovel snow. I didn't have to cut the grass. I didn't have to do any of that. I just had to come home. We just had to pull the garbage out, bring the garbage in. So that was my first home. And I was comfortable selling condos and townhouses. Believe it or not, it was just easy, or smaller homes, because that's what I owned. Although I sold other homes, it was just easier. Okay. The next thing is, and I see that question about trends. I'm going to post a reel after this to show you how to find the trends. If you invest in the course, I give you I teach you how to do reels, but I'm going to post a short 60-second video on how to figure out the trends in a reel. So watch the trends. Number 9, comment on every post when someone engages. So if you are making posts, remember I said, if you only have 300 followers, 100 followers, and you don't have a lot of engagement, we got to fix something. So, but when people do comment, you need to comment. 5 words or more, you need to comment. And I need all of you, when you're like, you heart me, I try to comment back, but maybe you'll get 3 hearts, but sometimes I might say something. You have to comment, you have to engage. It's just like going to a party. Remember, for those of us, when we used to go to the grade school party, the turnabout, whatever, and if you were the person, we used to call you the wall holders, you would hold up the wall and you wouldn't dance. If you're that person on Instagram and Facebook, you're not going to get any leads. You're not going to build a business. You have to engage. Number 10, share your reels to your stories. So occasionally I will share my reel to my story so it gets more engagement. Number 11, Facebook and Instagram, share your event or personal photos and tell a story. So back to the story. The photo shoots work great. Sometimes when I'm like, I haven't shared a post in a while, what can I share? So I'll go find a photo, and it might be a family photo. It might be this weekend is a really good weekend. It's going to be hot in Illinois. This is a really good weekend to showcase, tell us a story about who you are. Grandbaby's coming over. We're going to do a reel with grandbaby. Like I planted a garden. Like, what could we talk about? I want to go through the process of redecorating the entire backyard. Who wants to meet me at home, or old time pottery or home goods? I want to redo. I want it to look like the inside of a home. Like, sometimes people need to see, I'm going to own it. And then I might have to go shopping. What if you did a reel in your own linen closet? Some of you are like, ooh, Carrie, it's looking bad. You know who you are. It's just like the inside of your car. And someone tagged me in a post, Carrie, I'm cleaning my car because you told me to clean my car. Tell us a story. Like, go to your linen closet, say, first of all, do a quick video of you, like 10 seconds. I'm going to show you how to clean your linen closet. I'm just like you. I live in my house, but we're going to fix it and get it ready to put the house on the market. You're not putting the house on the market. Then you're going to show a 3-second video of your jacked up, dirty, awful, unorganized linen closet, right? You just have the towels thrown in there. Then you're going to run over to the Dollar Tree. Can't find things at the Dollar Tree at home. It could be Walmart, it could be Target, it could be at Old Time Pottery. Go get the stuff. Then you're going to rip everything out. If you're like me, it's all going on the floor. But if you're organized, maybe not. Then you're going to reorganize everything and show people how to get their home ready, to the linen closet ready. Because let me tell you, this is what we don't know. So I'm giving you a tip. So this is you sharing who you are, lifestyle, how to fix something, tying it to real estate, but it's not just about listings and buyers. People need to learn something. So then I just lost my train of thought, but now you're showing who you're teaching me something, but you're staging the home all in your linen closet. How to organize a linen closet that's this big. Some of you need to go under your cabinet. Some of you are like, oh, you save all those, we call them the jewel grocery bags here, the bags you use, the jewel luggage, the Target, the plastic bags, Mariano's, wherever, where you are. Take those bags. Some of you just throw those bags under the kitchen sink. How can you reorganize that? What's under the kitchen sink? How can you reorganize the cabinets? Like, okay, I digress. I think you get it. So Facebook and Instagram, share an event or personal photos, tell a story, reorganize. People engage with fun or funny and interesting and motivational. That's what they engage with. If you are like coming here, because I watch you and I get it. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, I was boring. Sometimes you need to make it a little more entertaining. So we watch. So we watch. All right, so here we go. Number 12. And we're not even talking about a full digital marketing plan. I need you to email and remind your network to watch and view your content. Some of you got an email from me this morning. Some of you saw that I posted on Facebook. Some of you saw that I posted on business page. I didn't post on my personal page. Should have done that. So I tried to post everywhere to let you know I'd be live on Instagram. But then I'm now streaming to Facebook so you can see me somewhere else. So you got to email. You got to remind us. Are you sending an email to your network? Are you telling them to come engage? Are you asking them the question? What do you want to know? How about that? How about an e-blast that says, or an email that says, I am creating short videos on Instagram. What do you want to know about real estate? What do you want to know about real estate? And someone might say, North Shore Living, right? Someone might say, you know what? I want to know the cost of luxury. And it could be, for me, if I say the cost of luxury, we're going all in. We're talking about the car. We're talking about the neighborhood. We're talking about, luxury in every community might be different. Or North Shore Living, it is talking about the lake. It's talking about living on the lake. It's talking, we're going for a walk on the beach. How about, because some of you live downtown Chicago, how about showcasing downtown Chicago? Let me tell you, those are the reels that get so much engagement when you show the high rises, or you show the lakefront, or you show, this is everything you can do in Chicago to get around. You got the bikes, maybe you have the scooters, maybe you have the metro, you have the L, the bus. What about all of the tours? One of the people in my Goldman Sachs cohort, they own crime tours. We're going to go. Like, what can you showcase that is different from your listings and, ooh, I closed, I'm showing houses. Ooh, how exciting. Although people are motivated by that. So what can you showcase? What can you showcase? eBlast remind people to come. So ask people, what do they want to know? Go showcase your communities. Maybe I should do that this weekend because we have the Bloom Fest in West Chicago. And then my dog wants to get out. In all of this, you have to be consistent. In everything we talked about, you must be consistent. So let me run this down really quickly to give a review. Then we'll do Q&A. Then I'm out. And if you missed my home snap class, I'm streaming it live on Saturday, the 28th, 9 a.m. Real Estate Live, The Agent Journey, Smart Girl Media Live. I don't think I did YouTube. So you can watch the replay. If you miss it, you could just go, it'll just be there in the replay. If you did not invest in, or you want the full download with the updated pages, the Socially Savvy Agent is in my bio. It's $20, $20. And then if you want the full Reels course, that is in the link as well. That is in the link. If you're in the agent journey, you already have it. You already have it. Okay, so let's review. Now there's two sections. There's a 4 and a 13. Maybe I should have made that 14. So number 1, which social media networks are you using or willing to use? Number 2, which social media sites is your network on? That's where you need to start. And then, yeah, if you're not doing social media sharing yet, I need to pray for you. Number 3, yes, you need a professional photo shoot. Can't afford one? Go find your kids, their friends that are taking awesome photos, get them to take your picture, go to Pinterest and create a Pinterest board on the photos that you want. Think about what your brand is going to be. Number 4, you always need to have a giveaway. Google Forms are great. If you've never watched my free class, smartgirluniversity.com, I show you how to create a Google form and I show you how to give something away for free. The only thing that's not free is your time. I gave it to you for free. You just got to show up. All right, so here we go. The system you must have, the replay. Number 1, do a brain dump. Write down everything you want to talk about. Everything. If you can't think of it, go ask your friends, what do you want me to talk about? Number 2, now that you've broken that down, break it down into categories. Write down your little categories. And again, you can brain dump on Post-it notes on a sheet of paper, in a new notebook that you just bought from TJ Maxx. Number 3, you need a social media calendar. I will, if you received an email today, I will email that out. If you are not getting emails from me, go to my bio and there is something you can download for free, and then you'll end up in a list. My social media calendar, I use Google. I'll send you that. And then I like to use Trello to do my brain dump. Number 4, a digital plan. So you need to go live on social media once a week. Leslie, that's for you. You need to. I'm telling you, if I can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm telling you, I almost fainted that first time doing a WebEx and nobody could see me. Number 5, create short video. Reels every day or TikTok every day. And Reels are huge with the Instagram algorithm. Number 6, create slideshows of your listings, create slideshows to teach me something, create slideshows to tell a story. The cool thing is if you at least put up 2 photos with the slideshow, if someone doesn't stop at your first photo, Instagram will send them the next one to get them to stop and say something. Don't just post, hey, I'm out here kicking it with friends. Like if you go out with friends because you just needed a break, say, here are all my friends from grade school. We're out. These are people from the 80s. We're having a great time. We left the phones in the car, but somebody had to have a phone to take a photo. All right. Number 7, short videos, 5 seconds or less. With Reels, they get more views. And what I mean by that is it becomes a full view. So 5 seconds or less, by the time someone swipes, they've seen the whole video. Number 8, watch the trends and figure out how you can leverage the trends. Watch my Reels. I'm going to post a video showing you how to figure out what the trends are. Number 9, comment on every post when someone engages with you. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Big Delicious, Stumbled Upon, Instagram, Snapchat, comment. If you ask me a question on Snapchat, it's a guaranteed answer, right? LinkedIn, you name it, comment, wherever you are. 5 words or more. Number 10, share your Reels to your stories. Number 11, Facebook and Instagram, share an event or a personal photo and tell a story. You saw my, if you're not on Facebook, go look at my posts. The agents that showed up that were Caremark agents, I posted them. I showcased the new leadership team for Women's Council West Suburban. It's not about me. It's about that new network. Like, go showcase. People want to see that you're out. People want to see that you're engaged. People want to see what you're doing. And Billy is out there killing it in the Reels game. I already know you're like an actress, so it makes it even more entertaining. Like, so, like, be your authentic you. Show us who you are, and then your clients know you're already going to be fun. Like, show us who you are. Show us who you are. Right. And Mark's going to do another reel for me. I gotta clean it up a little bit, but he wants to talk about this next generation. And yeah, here we come. Yeah, people engage with funny, interesting, and motivational. They do. Number 12, send an email and remind your network to watch or view your content. Send an email. Some of you might, to add bone here, I'll say number 13 is now send a direct mail piece to tell people to come to your social media. And number 14 is, in all of this, you have to be consistent. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you say. If you are an agent and you're not making money, it's your fault. If you are a real estate agent and you're like, I haven't closed a deal, I've been in the business now 3 months. It really takes 6 months to close a deal as a new agent. But I promise you, you can close one in 45 days. If you get up, get dressed, get out the door. If you post consistently, if you ask for the business, if you give us the free downloads, if you learn the business, you got to learn the business. You have to do this business. You really have to do this business. Get up, get dressed. You got to be consistent. You got to learn to earn. Nothing happens overnight. It happens over time. Remember, I started going live on Instagram every Friday because of the pandemic. And you guys come and see me on Fridays. You come and show up. I'm speaking at the NAR convention in November with my identical twin. I think it is Friday at 3:00 in Florida. So come see us in person. For those of you that are on Facebook, thanks for joining me. For those of you that are on Instagram, put your questions in the Q&A. Do you have any questions? If you are listening to the podcast, thanks for joining me. Follow me on YouTube and Instagram. Yeah, and join the agent journey. Check out the download in the feed.